Welcome to Everyone Has a Story. I'm your host, Marcus Jones, and today, as promised, as every week, we're going to have a great show today. My guest, Jackie Taylor, the founder of Black Ensemble Theater. She's here. She's a beautiful person both in and out. She's going to give us a little history about herself and what Black Ensemble is to her and what it means to the community and the people. So without further ado, I would like to welcome Jackie Taylor.
Wow.
Welcome, Jackie Taylor.
Glad to be here.
Thank you. Thank you. It's an honor for you to be on my show. So give us a little background about yourself.
Well, I grew up in Cabrini Green.
Okay.
I was born on the west side of Chicago. My bachelor work was with Loyola University, and my master's work was with Roosevelt University. And I started Black Ensemble Theater, now going into actually celebrating our 34 years in existence. And I'd like to set the record straight right now. I was 10 when it all started.
Okay. Okay. What got you into theater?
I'm an actress.
Okay.
I've made several major motion pictures, including my first one, which is Cooley High, with Glenn Turman and Lawrence Hilton Jacobs.
Okay.
And then my most recent one, I've worked with several wonderful artists, Sidney Poitier, Vanessa Williams, Lawrence Fishburne, and Ice Cube, which was one of my favorite artists because he was one of the youngest guys that I work with in Barbershop 2. Okay.
Now, in Barbershop 2, what role did you play at Barbershop?
I played Miss Emma. If you remember the story, Miss Emma's storyline, she had the child care center where Ice Cube had his child.
Okay.
And so I was like his auntie, he called me, because I helped to raise him.
Okay.
And that was, I had to be made up to look a little older for that role, but that was one of my favorite.
Okay. Now, we know a little bit about you, and I'm glad that you're on this show because this show puts out information and educate the people who just want to know and curious about things that's going on in the community and about other people, which is, I think, is very good. Tell us a little bit about the Black Ensemble. For over 30 years, you've been running the Black Ensemble. Tell us a little bit about it.
Well, I founded Black Ensemble Theater in 1976.
1976.
And when I did my first motion picture, it was Cooley High. And I was offered what they called a Calico contract at that time with American International Pictures, which is no longer in existence. I found the job to be quite disappointing, to say the least, because at that time it was a lot of black exploitation movies, and the images were just so violent and so negative and so anti everything as far as I was concerned, anti-woman, anti-African American, anti-people. And the violence was glorified, and the negative images within our community were glorified. And I didn't want to be a part of that. So I decided that I would pick and choose what projects I wanted to do, and that the only way that I could really make a difference in our community was to own and operate the images and control the images and control the messages. That's the only way that we can really take control. So I decided to do that through theater because that's what I knew, that's what I loved, that was my passion, and I created the Black Ensemble Theater. The mission of the Black Ensemble is to eradicate racism and its devastating effects upon our society. That's our mission. So we reach out to people of all colors and all kinds, because it's my firm belief that in order to eradicate racism, we have to educate each other. We have to understand who we are as human beings and understand that we're much more alike than we are different, and how senile it is to separate ourselves because of things like color and ethnicity. We have to learn how to celebrate the differences that we have and unite. So Black Ensemble Theater was founded on that premise.
Okay. So what were your greatest challenges as far as building?
Well, there were challenges from everywhere. Of course, theater is expensive. So the financial challenge was a big hurdle to cross. Also, in 1976, a mission of a theater to eradicate racism was unheard of, and it's still looked at as a little crazy today.
Yes.
So I had to do battle with the African American community, who thought that I should really be on the south side of the city and not on the north side of the city, and that my mission should be different than what I wanted it to be. And I had to fight the Caucasian community, the community that was not African American, in terms of trying to separate, trying to unseparate the boundary that existed, and produce theater that everyone would come to see. So it was many challenges, as we all have challenges.
Yes, yes. Doing your producing and trying to get the Black Ensemble, who were some of the people, some of your mentors that you looked up to, who gave you inspiration and kept you moving forward?
One of my biggest mentors, and the person who gave me a lot of inspiration, it actually is several people, but one is a man named John Houston.
Okay.
When I was growing up in Cabrini, John Houston worked as the drama instructor at Seward Park, which was a park inside Cabrini. You know, and today we have such violence in our communities, and our kids are killing one another, and everybody's talking about what the answer is and what the issue is, but you know, when I was growing up at Cabrini, we had outlets. We had drama class and tap dance class and singing class and music class and drum class. We had every kind of class you could possibly name, so that you had a choice. You could either choose to be stupid and hold on to your low self-esteem and negativity, because that's what it takes to be a part of that violence.
Yes.
Or you could choose to find yourself some confidence and build and recognize your greatness and understand your value as a human being. And so we had choices. Now, a lot of our communities today, they don't have those choices.
Why do you think they don't have that many choices today?
You know, let me get to that question. Let me answer your first question, though. Who were my mentors?
Who your mentors?
John Houston, he ran the drama class in Cabrini, and he taught me to value who I was, because I was a little crazy girl, and I ran with the wrong crowd, and in fact one day we were throwing bricks at windows, and they ran faster than me, and I was the one who got caught, and Mr. Houston caught me.
Mr. Houston
and he said, okay, you have a choice. He said, I could call the police and you could go through hell. He said, or you can go up to my drama class and learn how to understand yourself and who you are. And I said, I'm going to drama class.
I know that's right.
He was one, and he taught me just how to value myself, and how that I was somebody, and I had greatness inside of me, and I should recognize that greatness. And then one of my greatest mentors was Sidney Poitier. I did a couple of films with Mr. Poitier, and I had the great honor to sit with him and talk with him about theater, about life, about existence. And he taught me so much about how to understand talent, how to accept talent, how we all have talent. We all have abilities, and none of us are no greater or worse than anybody else, but it's our choices that we have to deal with and understand. Working with him was a phenomenal experience, and he was the first star to give Black Ensemble Theater a boost. He gave us our first funding.
Wonderful. To
get us started. So I hold Mr. Poitier to my heart.
I know it.
But you had asked me a question about why I feel that we don't have choices today. You know, we're still living in a very racist society. And I'm so happy that we've gotten to a place where we actually have an African American president, even though that he's being treated much differently than a lot of our other presidents who were quite honestly far worse, and what he inherited is some of the things that they created. But nonetheless, I'm happy that we have that, but we're still living in a very racist society, and we have to recognize that. We still have to recognize that sometimes The advantages in our community comes differently than advantages in other communities. The economics come differently in our communities than they come in other communities. And we have a lot to face ourselves that we have to deal with, our self-degradation. We have to understand that, yes, people don't want to talk about slavery, but we're still hurting from that 300 years of bondage. We're still in bondage in many ways in our minds. And we have to recognize that. A lot of us want to just go past it and say, well, that's over. What are we still talking about that? We're still living that.
Yes.
We're still living that self-hatred, that color conflict, that class conflict, the slaves in the house and the slaves outside the house. That stuff was ingrained in us for 300 years. It is going to take some recognition, some education, and some understanding, some reprogramming about who we are as an African American people, so that we can embrace and understand ourselves and find some dignity. So part of it is because we do live in a racist society today, and we still are treated in many ways as second-class citizens, and our own efforts in destroying ourselves. We still have to recognize and educate ourselves to the greatness of who we are as a people.
Yes, yes. And for those who just tuning in right now, my guest, Jackie Taylor, the founder of the Black Ensemble Theater, is here sharing her story and the big picture of the Black Ensemble Theater. Now, you just had a groundbreaking ceremony in September
10th it was.
September 10th. And you have this nice, huge facility that it has 2 theaters.
Well, we're building, it's a 58,000 square foot facility. There's 2 theaters, a 300-seat theater and a 150-seat theater. And right at this moment, they're digging the ground and pouring the concrete and building the theater. We have to recognize that when we build institutions, if we want them to survive, we have to own them. It's not enough to have a wonderful idea and continue that idea. You have to give that idea some foundation. I wanted to continue on, and part of that foundation is making sure that you own the structure that you work from. And that's what the new Black Ensemble Theater Cultural Center will do.
Yes, yes. Now, in this new theater, are there going to be the same type of plays or different plays, or what type of plays?
What I like to do is I like to compare Black Ensemble Theater to McDonald's. Okay?
McDonald's? Why is
because that? McDonald's has a product.
Okay.
And everybody, all the children, they love McDonald's. Okay? And Black Ensemble Theater has a product that people love, and that's our musicals.
Yes.
They love our musicals. So we're going to continue with our Big Mac.
Okay.
That's our musicals. Okay, we're going to continue with that.
Yes.
But just like McDonald's, you get a little McRib, you get a little green McShake sometime. They throw in little things to kind of shake you up and give you something else to buy.
Yes.
Or they throw in a salad so your mother will be happy taking you to McDonald's. And that's what we're going to do with Black Ensemble Theater. We're going to throw in some new and different pieces and give you some choices, while still, if you want the Big Mac on the menu, you can still get the Big Mac.
Great, great, wonderful, wonderful. So you have been on many programs, many TV, television programs, all type of interviews, and I'm sure hundreds of awards. But what I'm most pleased with as far as your accomplishments is that you have a street named after you, Jackie Taylor Street. How did that come about?
I wish I could collect money on that street. Actually, one of my actors lobbied for that to happen. And my alderman, Helen Schiller, Mayor Daley, who is a great friend and supporter of the Black Ensemble Theater, also agreed that it should happen, and the city council voted for me to have a street.
Wow, that is amazing.
But I would love to, give me a can and get a toll, 30 cents down the street. Yes, my street, 30 cents, that I could really make some money like that. But it's still an honor. I love it.
Great, wonderful. Could you give the viewers and the audience, where is the Black Ensemble located?
Right now, the Black Ensemble is at 4520 North Beacon, which is right in Uptown. And we love Uptown because Uptown is a diverse community. It has all kind of people, all kind of colors, all kind of cultures.
Yes.
And we love attracting that kind of audience. And when we have the Black Ensemble Theater Cultural Center, we're going to stay in well, actually it's right around the corner.
Right around the corner.
It's 2 blocks away. It'll be at 4450 North Clark Street.
Okay.
And we'll have plenty of parking.
Plenty of parking. That's good.
Yes.
That's good, especially with all these meters and everything going on right now.
Hallelujah.
So I would like to say that it's really been an honor for you to be on my show. Everyone has a story. I'm sure that the information that you want Black Ensemble and the playwrights of Black Ensemble to be greatness, such as yourself. Thank you once again, Jackie Taylor, for coming on Everyone Has a Story.
My pleasure, Marcus.
Thank you. We'll be right back after a few moments.
You know, a brother is complaining he got no money. You know, man, I ain't got nothing, man. What I'm gonna do? How I'm gonna get a bus card? But you gonna go get a pack of cigarettes for $7?
It's a war being waged in our brains, trying to keep us in a cage and contained.
Welcome to Everyone Has a Story. I'm your host, Marcus Jones, and as promised, every week we're going to have a great show for you on Everyone Has a Story. Today my guest is named Rodney Smith. You all may know him as DaReal. He's here. He's a young man. He's doing his thing out here, and I love what he's doing out here because he's giving positive energy to not just young folks, but to everybody out here. And I was so impressed with him when I first seen him out here doing a performance over here in the Inglewood area. And so without further ado, I would like to introduce Rodney Smith. Welcome, brother.
Yes, sir. Thanks for having me,
man. It's an honor for you to be on my show. And not only that, just to show people, man, that we got so much talent out here, man, and so many leaders out here, because I appreciate what you do, and you are a leader in my eyesight, you know what I'm saying? So I want to show that you're a leader in everybody in my audience eyesight as well.
Yes, sir.
So just tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, I'm Rodney Smith, better known as DaReal. I'm an artist, musician, photographer, you know. I speak I'm a mentor, deal with younger kids, younger gentlemen. I do music and I do art that expresses what I feel. As a black man, as a young black man in my certain generation, it's certain things that's against us. And I just try to make sure that people know this, keep people aware of it. Because right now, I feel as if my generation, the generations under it, need to really step up.
How did you actually get involved in what you're doing?
Well, I've been doing music pretty much all my life. You know, I've started playing the piano when I was 3. Not when I was 3, when I was in the 3rd grade, excuse me.
Okay.
Yeah, you know, I was in the 3rd grade, I started playing piano. In the 6th grade, I kind of fell out piano and got into the trumpet. You know, so I played the trumpet from 6th grade to when I was in high school. I went to school on a scholarship through the trumpet. You know, then I got into hip hop. Now, all my life, my pops, my father, you know, I was raised by my father, single parent home. My mother was deceased when I was 3. In music, you get a lot of cats that's bragging and, you know, they talking about the street life and, you know, it's all good, I'm out here making it, but it's like I see it from the other side. I can give you a different perspective because you may know that, okay, he's riding on 20s, but you don't know how the woman who he just sold whatever merchandise he sold to, you don't know how her kids feel. Right. You know, who can't eat today, or, oh, now I can't do my laundry today. Now we gotta go use this dishwashing liquid, or, you know, now I gotta go steal out of Dominic's today, or, you know, you never know. So it's like, I just wanna offer a concept of reality to the situation. I'm not knocking anybody, you know, I know people, when it's a certain man state, people is gonna react to that certain reality. You know, so if you believe that you can't do nothing but this, that's true. You can't do nothing but this. But I'm trying to let people know that if you believe you can do more, you can do more than that. Okay. You know?
So let's get the right title for you. So you are a musician, a rapper, a hip hop. What title do you want the people to know you as?
Just an artist.
Just an artist.
An artist.
Okay.
You know, there's a lot of talented cats. You know, there's a lot of talent here.
I
man.
know it is. I know it is, and I'm glad that you have the opportunity to showcase your talent here on Everyone Has a Story. Which, by the way, folks, he will be giving a very nice performance at the end of the show. I've seen it. It touched me. It's very inspirational, and you don't want to miss it. So, in saying that, what is it that you can say to some of these young adults and teenagers out here, man, to try to keep them on that straight and narrow path, because it's so easily to get deterred and not stay focused.
Well, I know one thing that was kind of a roadblock for me. You need to survive. This is known. You need to survive. So it's like you can understand why we do the things we do in the street, why we do the things we do just around everywhere. But the thing is, how do you find a balance between doing right and surviving? And I think that's the problem that most of us are having, because we go to work these jobs and we still not surviving. So here you got somebody they not in the street doing whatever. They done went to school, got a degree. Now they out working somebody's job 8 or 9 hours a day and still can't make ends meet.
Right.
One thing that I can say is try to build your own career. You know,
entrepreneurship.
Entrepreneurship.
There it is.
Because we can't. This society we live in, this nation we live in, it's not built on fair trade. It's not built on working and people getting the proper just due for what they've done.
Yes.
It's built on swindling. It's built on hustling. It's built on slavery.
Yes.
So one thing that we can do is not depend on this nation to feed us and give us our jobs, our food, clothing, and shelter. Is going to have to come from us. You know, we have to prepare for this.
There we is.
You know, I understand right now we need to pay our cell phone bill. We need to pay our light bill. But, you know, I believe if we think like this now, it'll prepare us even better for the future, and it'll do us better now.
You're right, because it is a process. But I hear, we need to live for today. I have a different take on that. We need to prepare for the future. Proper preparation prevents poor performance. And I learned that being a young adult. And so now we need to be educating ourselves on ourselves and about our history.
You know, one thing about the partying, one thing I learned, I used to think that it was just the partying. Then I went to school.
There it is.
And I saw cats that was partying more than me. And they was getting straight A's, right. But I realized the thing was that they understood priority. They understood that, okay, we gonna party. But before we party, this work gotta be done. And this has to be done, that has to be done. This is another thing. This is another thing.
Well, talk about it, brother. That's why I got you on the show.
So say if you got a brother who, you go around a brother like, man, I have no money. A brother is complaining he got no money. Man, I ain't got nothing, man. What I'm gonna do? How I'm gonna get a bus card? But you gonna go get a pack of cigarettes for $7. You gonna go get that 40 ounce for $2.
Right.
You gonna go get that bag,
Right. He gonna make do.
Now that's, you gonna make do.
His priorities
exactly
ahead. And I totally understand where you're coming from.
See, one thing that we don't do that comes from our roots that other people have taken from us and practiced themselves is meditation. Is you sitting down, taking some time out of your day, you know what I'm saying, at least 30 minutes to an hour to sit and just relax and gather yourself. And let all the stress out your body. Let your energy build up, so you can use it for what it's meant for. Because right now, the society that we in, the entertainment business that we so latched on to that has control of our minds is using our energy for something else.
Yes.
It's using our energy to have us in heat, you know what I'm saying? They show you these images all day, every day.
All day.
You get up in the morning, early in the morning, and see big booties bouncing on the screen.
Right.
So it's like they trying to gauge your energy towards something that's not saying anything is wrong with sexuality, but if it's used the wrong way, it is wrong.
And it's not being productive.
Exactly.
As well. So Man, this show goes so fast, man, and I'm going to have to bring you back on,
yes,
you know,
sir.
in the future, because give you a little bit more time, because you're young and people need to see the positive inspiration message that you're putting out here, man, more in the future, because I'm going to give you a little bit more time. But right now, brother, you know what I'm saying? It's performance time.
Okay.
So tell the people out there what you're going to perform in and what inspired you to do this here song.
The cut is called You Just Don't Know.
Okay.
You know, basically, you just don't know.
Right.
You know, so I'm just going through different things that people just don't know. You know, that it should be very forefront to you. It should be in your face.
No
but
doubt.
we so busy thinking about all this other stuff, you know. The things in your face that's very basic. We don't understand it.
There it is. So without further ado, I'm telling you, when you hear this man and his work that he's putting out, believe me, you're gonna love it. So without further ado,
Just don't know.
Just Don't Know.
Yo, yo, how y'all doing? It's DaReal. Listen, thank y'all. Yeah. Yes, sir. Participate with me at home. Now say, y'all just don't know. Say it. Y'all just don't know. Yo. I equalize people last week desires on the road. Let's travel with leaking tires. Speak the fast with no smoke. The meek rise and inherit the earth we cherish. Don't dare to live in faith. We scared to go broke. I carry a torch. End up with your whole area scorched. I had Mary various streets. We had a scary divorce. She took more than half. Stay serious, can't afford to laugh. We all know this dance with death like it's choreographed. Get real, shorties carry Big Macs just to get kids meals. Sonny older need money folders just to fit bills in their pocket and get killed for a profit. When I spit every bit real from the profit, y'all Pulp Fiction. From kids to adults missing from addiction, I grab ears, check for a post listening. Self-respect I promote, misdirected by quotes. Niggas put their necks in the noose for a check and see notes. Y'all just don't know. Say it, yeah, y'all. What I feel, what's real and what's not. Nowadays it's not about what's real, it's what's hot. And the two are not the same. Say y'all just don't know that it's a war being waged in our brains, trying to keep us in a cage and contained. That's why you see me against the machine in a rage, I'm insane. Nevertheless, I'm forever fresh. Sever your best rhymes and I'm tetherless. You can't hold me, never regret. Spit, effervescent and effortless. Lessons and tests, blessed, distress to old me. Now I can grow. Had to listen so now I can know everything isn't gold to glisten and glow. I learned the hard way. Thinking what type of role do my bars play? Not to contain, our brains remain so far away. Yahweh liberate, stuck in a permanent nigga state. Much of us hustlers only concerned with bigger weight. Demonstrate with pencils great so I can infiltrate the lies and rise. DaReal, a 4-course meal on your mental plate. And I'm starving still, wondering how that Marvin feel, what's going on. That's why you see me against the machine in a rage, I'm insane. Sit back, listen as they kick raps, glistening with rock swings on the block, not a pot to piss in. Sick and not in school cause we don't got tuition. We got no history so we don't got tradition. It's no mystery why it's missing, but it's in our reach, we gotta teach to make better decisions. I bet you will feel relief joining the mission. So hold fast to beliefs and stick to what was written. In the midst of criminals we live in, my vitamins and minerals is truth with a subliminal vision. Police give us minimum protection. I say F cops cause they bust Glocks in your direction. Since we came, we all been in chains. It just changed from slavery to the jail. Do you think it's no connection? We all need knowledge of self. In this matrix, these agents will take lives. What is your suggestion? If y'all just don't know, tell me, yeah. What I feel, what's real and what's not. Nowadays it's not about what's real, it's what's hot. And the two are not the same. Say y'all just don't know that it's a war being waged in our brains, trying to keep us in a cage and contained. That's why you see me against the machine in a rage, I'm insane. Just don't know. Say it, yeah, yeah. What I feel, what's real and what's not. Nowadays it's not about what's real, it's what's hot. And the two are not the same. Say y'all just don't know that It's a war being waged in our brains, trying to keep us in a cage and contained. That's why you see me against the machine in a rage. I'm insane. It's DaReal. Y'all. Yes, sir. Thank y'all. Reality is out right now. Thank you, sir. Word, word. Yes, sir. And hit him with another one while the credits going on.